Alright, guys, let's start off. Start off the fucking TeamSpeak meeting. Alright, Sam, you want to start off?
Hold on, I'm getting people on the server who's not on TeamSpeak on.
Oh, by the way, I'm taking a screenshot of all the chat logs, so it goes with the audio file.
Okay.
Don't know why there are 4 people recording.
Okay, Duke is getting on. Hopeless is already on. Connor's on. FNG. Is Helix on?
Yeah, Helix is on.
Okay. Is Young Scooby? Okay, Scooby's on and Bife. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. So. Okay. So the first part of this. Start off the meter. Who's spamming? Oh, okay. Well, if you guys have questions, we're gonna save that for the
Questions
end.
at the end.
We're starting the
Questions,
staff meeting now.
save them at the end.
So first, we're gonna discuss on staff. So if you are below the rank of T admin, this doesn't apply to you. But if you are a T admin up, you need to be training and you need to be doing a better job at training. We've had a post, which I will get that link right now. We have a post for how to train people and a post on how to explain roof command for people, because half the time nobody knows how to train it, or nobody's telling them what the roof command is and what you can do with it. So post these. Link Ritesh, that's what you had posted. Bradley, senior mods, that's an exception, so if you've been told that you're fine to train people, then you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, because lately there's been like a lot of new T mods who come in and they don't know what their roof part is, they don't know what roof command is, and so what roof command is, and I'm going to clarify this again for people who don't know, is the roof command. If you're off duty, you're still able to take sits, you don't have to be staff on duty. The only thing that you have limited to is if you're not an admin plus, is that you cannot have admin mode on. You cannot no clip, you cannot fizz gun during a sit for your reports. You can take that, you type in /roof and it teleports you to a
User in
roof.
your channel is recording.
And so if you need that, there's the link, and then I'm going to have Ritesh go on with the next part.
Alright, so the second thing we're going to talk about is that you're not allowed to handle your own sits. So I've seen this a lot. So meaning if someone breaks a server rule and is directly involved with you, and there are other staff online, then you must use /report. We've seen that a lot of staff recently have been, instead of reporting, they've been bringing them or just warning them on the spot. Even if they're in the wrong, you still need to report them because that shows that you're being more biased towards yourself. And if you guys don't know, the only ranks that can handle your own sit are managers and above. If, however, you are the only staff on, then you can take your own sit, but please deal with no bias.
User in your channel is recording.
Okay, yeah, so the next part, if you're here with Dude Bro, he had this whole system put in, and basically over half of what he had with that system is gone. So for Admins Plus, you can still handle player reports, but otherwise anything else is not really much of a thing. And then also with the punishment, yeah, so with the Dude Bro punishment, his punishment was you would face a demotion for a false ban, but that's no longer in place. And what's going to happen is if it's your first false warn or ban, you're going to have a one-on-one talk with the admins, and then we're also going to, in which like we'll tell you if it happens again, it's going to be leading into a demotion. So that'll just be like a warning that you get, and then a talk with an admin plus. And then the second time you false warn somebody or false ban somebody, you can be demoted for 1 to 7 days, depending on how bad it was. And so with how the system is going to work is that we're going to keep track of how many times somebody will false warn or false ban somebody. But this, basically these are tally marks, and these tally marks, they reset every month. So every 2 promotions, it's how it is. So that's how it can be.
So yeah, just to add on, if you guys clarify it, you guys do false warning or false ban, will warn you, And then next time we do it, 1 to 7 day rank demotion to T mod or VIP mod, depending if you paid for VIP. And yeah. So the next thing we're talking about is we're going to be re-implementing. If you guys are here before, we used to have a ban called the No Intent RP ban. It was for 1 day, and that was really abused by the lore mods. So we are re-implementing this, and to combat that abuse, so we're gonna make it so
User in
we.
your channel is recording.
Hello, a little busy. All right, so
Hey.
so this is how we're gonna judge if the person needs to be banned for No Intent RP. So suppose you get a sit, right, and that guy, he breaks 3 or more server rules, such as RDM times 2 and fail RP, right? Or another one example would be like mic spam plus fail RP plus RDM. So instead of warning them for those 3 amounts, you can go ahead and ban them for 1 day for no intent RP. And suppose here's another way you can ban them. So if someone's being really mingy, and I mean like really fucking mingy, and they haven't broken 3 or more server rules at once, then to ban them, you will need a lead mod or above to assess the situation, and with his permission, you can ban that mingy user. So with that, I'm assuming there will be no complications, there will be no false ban. So I'll say it again. If you're in a sit, someone breaks 3 or more server rules, such as REM times 2 and fail RP, you can go ahead and ban them for 1 day for no intent to RP. If you are in a sit or you just see someone minging a lot, and they haven't broken 3 or more server rules, then get a lead mod or above to assess the situation. And if they say, you know what, this guy is really mingy, you can go ahead and ban him for 1 day, then you can go ahead and ban him for 1 day. Alright, so Vivian, you can do the next part.
Oh yeah, so this next part is activity, which I noticed lately it seems like a lot of staff is either slacked off, and this also kind of goes to admins too, like admins have kind of slacked off a lot too. And we need activity on TeamSpeak and on the forums. And none of you guys like to go on the forums and be active, and none of you guys like to go on TeamSpeak. So as part of it, like we have a requirement that you use TeamSpeak when you apply and after you're trained. And then with the forums, we just need you posting responses on applications, appeals, and staff reports, because even if you're, say, a VIP mod, your opinions on things do matter, and we do take like a lot of consideration of how staff responses is to either reports or applications. So we're just gonna do you guys need to increase activity, because that's gonna go in with how it affects promotions.
Yeah, because also when you apply, being on TeamSpeak, it's you have to be on TeamSpeak. There's a question saying, do you have TeamSpeak? If no, you need to download it, because you really need to be on TeamSpeak. All right, so the next part is another thing I've seen a lot is a couple times, and with staff, there's a sit with another staff member and a user, and that staff member who's in the sit will say one thing, and then the user will say another thing. And despite what the user has proof to show the user is correct, the staff member handling the sit will show bias towards the other staff member, and will say, oh, you know what, I will give you a verbal warning, or I won't even give a warning. So that's not good. So as a staff member, to show no bias towards anyone else. Give an example. If a user and I are in the sit for RDM, if he shows proof that I'm in the wrong, no matter what the fuck I say, I must be punished for what I did. Should be a warning. So don't show any bias.
What do you mean? Okay, well, that's off topic. The next part. There's rules. There's a lot of rules that have contradictions with each other, and one of the most common one is saying that the mayor cannot have printers, but there's another one that says that if you put in laws that you can. So, yeah. Ritesh, you put in this part. You might have to explain more on that.
I'll say, yeah. So one rule says that PD cannot perform any illegal activity, but another rule says that the mayor can perform illegal activities if you put in the law. So that's really contradictory, and I'll rule it out right now, saying the mayor cannot, or any PD official cannot spawn printers, period. So that's ruled out. So there's a lot of questions on the rules, oh, this rule says that rule says that. So if you guys have any questions on the rules, say it in chat. I'll give you top power. You can go to say it in your thing, and we'll rule them out right now. So give you guys a minute to think. You know any rules? If you don't know any rules, then we'll move on to the last part. All right, I'll give you top power.
Felix.
All right, there you go. You can talk.
So a player steals a printer from another player, then he brings it to his home, and then another player comes after the player who's stealing the printer, and he kills him for the printer. Is that RDM?
So it depends. So can you give me a situation? Like a full
So
situation?
let's see. A player in the warehouse district, Albert Raid, stole a printer, ran back to his base and tried to put it in. Another player came up to him and slashed Albert counter, and then basically killed him.
Yeah, okay, so when you have a raid, right, and so you can go in, kill the guy, take the printer, run away. So until the raid's over, you cannot advert over. So if the guy's adverted over, and then he counters, it'll be RDM. If he hasn't adverted over, and then he counters, it's not RDM because it's still in the raid.
Okay,
But if you
kill
see,
another.
if you see a
Are you
random ass
asking
guy
if you
running,
see somebody? Wait, so are you asking if you see somebody in the streets with the printer and somebody adverts counter? Can they kill them or destroy the
Or the
printer?
printer. Yeah, basically.
yeah. So
Yeah, you
that's
can do
what,
that.
yeah.
So that's a yes on RDM.
Yeah, it'll be RDM because what you have to do is you first have to see if the guy is even actually fucking rated or called over, because that's the only way you can actually steal a printer. And the second way is you can always shoot the printer. So if you see a guy running with the printer, right? If you're not sure, then just shoot the printer, but you can't kill the guy.
So can the other guy shoot the guy who's stealing printer? As in like
No, unless the
thank
guy
you.
hits him. Unless the
You
guy
shoot
hits
the
him,
printer.
only shoot the printer, not the guy. Only if they've been raiding. All right, is that it?
Yep.
All right. Who else has a question? Okay, Connor. Where are you?
Spooky asked first.
Alright, so
Okay.
are you, as mayor, are you allowed to have a printer if you make the rule?
No.
Because yesterday there was a huge conflict where this guy, he was mayor and he had these 3 printers, and pretty much he just got to keep them because Toxic said it's okay.
No, we're ruling right now saying you, and it was before like this where we had this conversation. With Evity at the time, he said, "Oh, Evity, he says you can do that, but you can't do that." And so Rick reported me for it.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
snitching. I'm
No,
just
no, no.
saying.
Shh. All right, so it's okay. But yeah, we had this conversation before with Super Admin, and he said you cannot spawn a printer regardless what the law board says. Right?
Alright.
All right, who's next?
TJ is next.
It's TJ.
TJ.
All right, TJ.
Yeah, can I ask a question about the forums?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, like, can we make the application thing that it doesn't, like, at least one paragraph? Really
Yeah,
annoying
yeah.
me. Like,
It
it's
says
annoying.
that have at
I know
least one
it's
paragraph
minimum, but
with 3 sentences, and
Can we change it to like 200 words or like that
know,
so it's more precise?
Yeah,
if you
something
have
like
any
that.
suggestion regarding like the forum, how we accept applications or anything, I can forward it to the super admins. But if you really want to make a post, you can go ahead and make a post on its suggestions list. There's a forum tab on it as well. So you
Yeah,
can post
okay.
on the forums.
Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you.
Pretty sure Bradley wanted to talk also.
All right.
No,
Who's bad?
Spooky already asked.
No.
Alright.
All right. I have some things I want to say.
Well, hold on. Spooky has. Where's his name at?
It's Spooky. Talk. Spooky.
Oh,
Spooky 222.
Spooky. You had a question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so player plant drugs in other player base and called an officer. The officer make a warrant on the player and destroys printers.
Could you type that out? It's really hard to understand. Player plant drugs into another player's base because offset. Alright, so for the offset to make a warrant on any base, regardless of their printers or drugs, they need like actual proof, which they need to see them, and the only way to see them is like they actually go inside, or if okay, you saw the drugs. If they saw the drugs, then you
User in your
you
channel
need a
is recording.
screenshot or video. You need proof if they're about to sit. And if there's proof, then he can go ahead and warrant the base that holds the drugs, disregarding who placed them there. Does that answer your question?
Guess it does.
Yeah, but it's in the other guy's base. So whoever's base the drugs is in, the police officer, if he sees it with proof, he can go ahead and make a warrant for it.
Alright, so can I say my stuff?
Yeah, Mel, you can go ask.
Alright, so well, you said you have the strike system, so do we report it to you, or are you gonna make something so
Alright,
we
so
can write it down?
No, okay, so that's how we do. I have a docs for it, and only Managers Plus can access it.
Alright.
So if someone fucks up with the false warrant, right?
Same
warn
with
them for
D3
it.
off duty, right?
No, that'll be different. Right now it's false warrant, and yeah, D3 off duty is different thing. So anything
How would it
that's
be
a staff,
different?
I think we were gonna talk about that later, but that's in the works right now. But for now, we have it that so that any TeamSpeak abuse will So let me tell you how it's gonna be for the TeamSpeak abuse. Alright, so the first time you TeamSpeak abuse, it will be 2-day rank removal to team mod or VIP mod. You do it again, it'll be a 1-week rank removal on TeamSpeak. The third time will be 1 rank demotion, and that will reset every month or 2 promotion days. So if you have anything regarding with staff, if staff messes up on anything, please give it to a manager or above.
Alright,
Hopefully Mayor
so
Vivian.
I have another question.
Yeah.
What if the mayor has printers before and someone reports him for having printers before he was mayor?
What do you mean before?
Like when he's a mayor,
Okay.
he was
Yeah.
a thief before and he gave
Okay.
his printers to someone.
Okay. If he gives his printers to someone, it's not in his possession, then you can't really warn him for that. Or if someone's a thief, right? They have printers in their base, and right away they become mayor. Technically, it's still fail LP, no matter if you just become mayor. All right.
Alright. Also, I just wanted to know if you were talking about the people ignoring reports and like not doing them. Like what I
Sorry,
mean.
which ignoring report?
Like there's 8 reports that no one has claimed, and then when someone starts claiming them, they literally claim like all 7.
Yeah. So.
Or like people don't
there
do
used
the
to-
reports. It's literally one member of the staff team doing
Okay,
it.
so here's the thing, with claiming all the reports. If you're on duty, right, there are other staff on, there's multiple reports, none of the staff are doing the job, you can go ahead and claim the reports, all of them.
Alright,
Right?
also
Because this happened before, and it was ruled out saying that other staff were doing shit, the guy was doing it all by himself, so you can go ahead and claim all the reports if none of the staff are doing anything.
alright, I have one last thing to say. I asked Nightbot about this, but you guys don't know. He said that you can start warranting people that are wanted if they're in their base, because that's how it works in real life. If someone's wanted, they warrant
User
their
in your
base.
channel is recording.
Nightbot. Okay, repeat it to Nightbot.
Nightbot, remember when I asked you about the warranting of bases? If they're wanted? Yeah. Like, if people are wanted, you can warrant their base to arrest them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Alright,
point that out.
okay. Alright, so anybody else have any questions regarding rules, forums, anything relating to staff? Rodrigo? What's his name?
Rodrigo.
Alright, you can talk.
Alright, so let's say this guy has a big base, and there are printers inside of that big base, and then he's basing with someone who has like a little hut in the corner with fading doors on it. If police break in and warrant the guy with the big base and destroys printers, are they allowed to break into the guy he's basing with, or?
So, what do you mean a little hut in the corner? Because you can't build outside the street. That'll be a hobo.
Just imagine like a big warehouse area, and then they have a little place with a fading door in the corner of that warehouse.
So it's like a base within
So
a
it's-
base.
Yeah, base within a base, basically.
So that's basically like mega basing. And if you mega base, you need far more players. So when you raid a mega base with valid proof, then you can go and destroy anything in that mega base.
Oh,
So
right.
that'll be a yes.
All right. Thank
Wait,
you.
so for mega basing, you can base in one base and have more than 4 fading doors?
No, but I'm saying it will be filled RP because you'll have more fading doors.
Alright.
You can only have 4 fading doors per base, and what I mean by base is different houses or different
Alright.
warehouses.
Alright.
All right, anyone else got questions? Spooky? All right, let's see where you are. All right, you can talk or type. If someone reports himself. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing regarding false reports. So if someone makes, is a suggestion as well to add. I think a suggestion to add. If someone puts a false report, you can warn them or ban them. So here's the thing: if someone places a false report, aka what they say has actually nothing regarding something that a report will have, like they want to do it, so they want us to say hi, they want money, stuff like that. You can't report yourself. You support if you don't know who RDM'd you or something, then you report some random person, say, oh, it wasn't this guy. So false reports, you can warn them for it. Yeah, you can give them a warn for false report. All right.
I have another thing to say. The other day,
Yeah.
someone was, a lore mod was saying he was talking when a higher up was talking, and the higher up told him to be quiet, and he didn't, and he said, you can't tell me what to do. Aren't higher ups, like, don't they, like, tell him what to do, kind of? Like, he was trying to explain, the higher up was trying to explain the situation, that the lower was kept on talking and saying something else, and he told them to be quiet.
Yeah, so it's if like here's a situation like if you're in the sit and you don't really know what to do in that sit, and then you bring a higher up, so that report's basically not yours anymore. You can go ahead and resolve it, but if you bring a higher up to the sit to help you with it, let them deal with it. Don't budge in or anything. So I mean, you can take it how you want to take that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Spooky. Type your question. What's your question? Spooky, your question.
I think he's typing it.
Well, until he's typing it, anybody else got any other questions? You want to sort out talking anything?
Kush.
Oh wait, Spooky. Yeah, Spooky body blocking is not allowed. Alright, so some does just warn them for body blocking. Alright, Kush, let's see.
User in your channel timed out.
Alright, Kush, you have talk power, you can talk, or you can type. I give you talk power.
Yeah, Kush.
No, you can't warrant for hearing anything. You need to actually see it in sight.
What if you see it with third person?
There's no more third person. The D3 TP1. It's,
No, there's still a third person.
Yeah, that third person you can use because the metagaming is allowed. I mean, it's not allowed.
So
Metagaming is allowed, meaning you can do it.
Alright.
So
User in your channel is recording.
What if someone like says the password in OOC chat or like ad group?
that'll be metagaming, but metagaming is allowed. So yeah.
Oh well.
All right, Connor.
All right.
Oh my god.
So, oh shoot. Holy crap! I just forgot it. All right, just come back to me.
Oh. All right. Anyone else got a question? No. Anyone? No,
Oh,
no.
Spooky does.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. He said harassing other players.
Alright, so if someone's prop blocking like some specific area like PD or something, and there's no T-mod there to help out and remove it, what do you do? Do you just spam warn?
If look, here's what we do. All right, so
T-mod.
I'll answer your question. So you can't remove props, right? There's spawner props or anything. It's a T mod, right? So for the T mod, all right there. Okay, so if it's a T mod, they can't ban, they can't remove props. So you see them prop spanning, you can't ban them for prop spanning. Just jail them. First you'll jail them or freeze them and tell them to remove it. They don't do it. Then jail them for an infinite amount of time. To jail them for an infinite amount of time, you put 0 for the time, and then you would warn them, and then you tell them to remove them again. They don't remove it. You warn them. It's like a cycle. So yeah, until they'll be kicked or banned.
Retouch Spooky has a question.
Okay, Spooky, can you elaborate? What do you mean by harassing? Like harassing in RP, like if you're in RP saying, "Oh, you're a nigger, you fucking nigger," all that shit, it's allowed because it's an RP. But if you're harassing someone in a no RP zone, such as in a set or in spawn because you can't RP in spawn, that is you can warn for that. That's yeah. All right. Anyone else?
I had a question. I gotta think of it.
Yeah, Coach, type out your question, or if you want to talk power, you can say it.
Regarding.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I should type it. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay.
Alright, I have a question regarding about the bases because I get a lot of asked question about this. So, do you know how you have the fences you could shoot through? Now
Sorry,
you have
what?
the fences you could shoot, right? So,
Yeah.
what players would do is they will set it to a material where you can't see, and then they'll put a prop behind the fence, so they'll be able to see them. They'll be able to see the raider, but the raider can't see them. Is that
All right.
allowed?
So yeah, you can't have an unfair advantage, and it really goes from base to base. It'll be different from base to base, but if you can clearly see that you have a clear unfair advantage in which you can the other person can see you fully and you cannot see them at all, then yeah, you can go and warn them and tell them to fix up the base.
And another point to that, what if it's just the one color fence and the owner can't see him and the raider can't see them? Is that allowed too?
That's not an unfair advantage because you can't see each other, so you're both on common grounds there. So yeah, that's all right.
All right, that's all.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Bradley. All right, where's Bradley? All right, Bradley.
I think he was trying to say, like, if they have a fence and then what's it called? They have a prop they can see through, so a one-way prop. They can't shoot through that prop. But if they fading door the fence and the one-way prop, and they just have a button for that, so they
Why would
shoot
you
them.
fading door the fence? You don't need to.
Or
have
not
fading
the
door
fence, sorry. Fading door the one-way. Like, is
Yeah,
that allowed?
so I said that it depends from base to base. You can assist the base if you can't see them or shoot them. Sorry, if the base owner can see them and shoot them, but you can't do that, then that's an unfair advantage. So you're gonna have to assist the base on by itself. It's you can't just say one thing and say all bases are like that. So yeah, just assess the situation.
That's not allowed because KOS is only in the interiors. That's walkway.
Yeah, one-way props are allowed. Okay, so Bopper.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Yeah, talk Bopper. Give you talk power. Bopper.
Alright, so my question's similar to Kush's. I've been seeing people like, it's not that you can see them, but the raider can't see you. It's that, like, the props are kind of like guiding for you where to shoot. Like, you know exactly where to shoot, but the raider knows where to shoot, but you could be moving around back there. But behind the prop.
Okay, if the raider knows where to shoot, then it's all right. If you can shoot them, they can shoot you. No matter how difficult the shot will be, it's allowed.
I've also seen people do it like where they push the prop so that they can't crouch and see their feet, but the person behind it will crouch and look at their feet.
That's a people, not allowed.
Yeah, that's people. So like if you're standing and the people is under you, like aiming towards your legs, and so you're gonna have to like crouch and hit them, or even if you crouch, you can't hit them. That's not allowed. So like standing, if they should be able to see while standing. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, I have a
Any
question.
more? Yeah, sure.
If someone goes around prop locking multiple buildings, is that considered mass prop lock?
Sorry, what?
Basically what Connor Boy just put in the chat.
So they're prop locking
Yeah.
multiple buildings at once. Yeah, that's
If
not prop lock.
it's 3 or more, then it's mass. Yeah, anything that's mass is 3 or more.
Cool.
All right. Anyone else? No. You'll be your last chance.
Never mind.
All right. Well, I guess I'll adjourn the meeting for now. So, if after this meeting you recall any questions you did not recall at this time, then you can go ahead and contact one of the 3 managers we have here.
Yep, 56 by the 30th.
So yeah, don't contact busy because it's busy. There's no jack shit.
Yeah. Dumb nigger.
All right. Well, thank you for the meeting. I hope you all enjoy. Please upload to TeamSpeak. Please upload to the forum. Once
User
you
in your
have
channel stops
recorded,
recording.